Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Anything Wrestling Podcast. Thank you once again for joining us. We are back here today with another episode. We got another triple threat going. It is the Sean to Dan the Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Commish. I am the advocate of the podcast. I'm not in a happy mood, and you will find out why.
Oh, Jesus.
But we are here to discuss this upcoming Sunday's pay-per-view event, which is Elimination Chamber.
Or if you're in Germany, it's called
No Escape.
Continue.
Or No Way Out. Or,
I thought No Way Out was a WWE pay-per-view as well.
oh, it is.
Well, actually, it is, and if you would like, you can catch it on the WWE Network for a non-negotiable but very reasonable price of only $9.99.
$9.99.
It's not $10,
It's not $1,000.
Not $1,000,000.
but $9.99.
Some sponsorships. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Jones Cane Sugar Soda. My God, don't drink it if you have diabetes.
And 7-Eleven brand candy. Because you can't afford the good stuff.
Well, now that we got that out of the way, we are here to preview this Sunday's Elimination Chamber. Let's get right into it. A match breakdown, guy or guys, take it away.
Jumping right in. The first Elimination Chamber match of the evening. Now, obviously, we don't know for sure that this is the match order of the card, but Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Riot Squad versus Mandy Ross and Sonya Deville versus the Iconics versus Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Carmella. With Bayley and Sasha, I guess, entering at number one, as we've learned. So they're going to win.
Moving on.
Wow, we're not even going to discuss it. We're not going to discuss the history that they're going to be making with the first ever tag team elimination chamber.
Teddy Long would be so happy.
Well, I don't think this is they did a normal tag team one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did they shove full teams into each
Yep.
pod too?
Yep.
Okay.
But this is the women's.
This is for the inaugural women's tag championship.
I just feel like we should discuss the history behind it. We have a championship that is now brand new.
Yes.
Granted, the belts look ugly as shit.
I like them more than the men's title.
Yeah.
Tag titles.
I know, but I just don't like the curvature, I guess. Maybe they could have been a little bit better, in my opinion.
What, you've got a problem with curvy women's championships?
No, I have a problem with just curves. Not on curves on women. So, you take that back, you son of a bitch.
Well, okay. Intermission.
I'm just saying, like, this match has a lot to show. It's going to show that Sasha and Bayley, and it's sad that we already predicted that's who's going to win this, are going to be the first women's tag team champions. Is it a prelude to something we're going to see down the line, maybe in November, that they carry it along that far in? Is it going to change hands multiple times between the Riot Squad, Breakface I'm Stupid, and Stare, I don't know what the hell I'm all about, Tamina? Who knows? I'm just saying, like, this is just an opportune match for history to be made.
I'd like to rebuttal by saying I don't think Sasha and Bayley are necessarily going to win. I'm smelling maybe Nia Jax and Tamina, and then when we get to Mania, then Sasha and Bayley win it. Sorry, Dan.
They put Nia and Tamina over on the Go Home show. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if the Riot Squad won it, because I know we've been begging for a split up for a long time with those guys, but they've shown that they can be a great team. I think they just need a chance to be pushed. But I don't know. I think that on the go home before Elimination Chamber, there was the whole thing about, Sasha left the match. Bayley had to finish the match on her own. is that eventually going to catch up with Bailey? You know, are we going to finally get, you know, the one-on-one match that we've been waiting for about a year now?
Or is Sasha just fucking lazy, like I've always seen? And for once, I have to agree with the tattoo idiot. Because he even called her out last night.
Damn. Dan, your sentiments?
I already forgot who else in the match.
Nia, Tamina, Riot Squad, Mandy, Sonya, Iconics.
So obviously Naomi and Carmella not gonna win. Iconics not gonna win.
I sense they'll be eliminated first.
Probably
Together.
I suspect. You know what? Let's go through and say what the order that we think the eliminations will go in. Because I still think Bailey and Sasha will walk away, and then we'll probably have Nia and Tamina at Mania. I think it'll be the inverse of what you said.
All right.
Granted, they could go with this bullshit heat, but I would say we probably see the Iconics first,
Oh, iconically!
then Naomi, Carmella,
Unfortunately.
Mandy
Right.
and Sonya,
Oh, okay.
Riot, and then I'm gonna go with Tamina and Nia. So then you have Bailey and Sasha win.
No offense to these women, but we're going from less credible to more credible. So, looking at the order of eliminations that you said, I'd probably have to agree.
In that same order?
Maybe I'd swap Iconics with Naomi and what's her face.
Wow. You give them way too much credit already.
Well, because they're a team. Naomi and what's her face are just kind of slapped together. Like, yeah, we just need someone to fill in, so go.
Yeah, but I think they have more to offer than the two idiots that have already been a team.
I think those two will be more valuable for giving you a couple of spots
Yeah.
versus the Iconics, who are just kind of your comedy heels.
Yeah.
So here's my order of elimination. Iconics, Naomi, Carmella, Mandy, Sonya. I switch the Riot Squad. Nia and Tamina get eliminated, then the Riot Squad.
You know, I think that's actually where I was going originally. My brain went Nia and Tamina probably go out third, but
I only do it that way because I feel like I think you're going to get more out of the Riot Squad versus Sasha and Bailey, just because they were the ones who initially took out Sasha and her. But I'm going to, like I did for Royal Rumble, are we all agreed that Sasha and Bailey win? Or do you have a different winner? I'm picking them to win.
same.
You're the one that's always hesitating.
Wow. Okay.
Am I wrong?
I'm gonna go with Nia and Tamina on this one.
Wow. You're giving it to two idiots that do not deserve it.
Bigger picture at Mania.
Face breaking
Again.
Stimpy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll let you decide who's.
Oh, I already figured it out. Okay. So we have those, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Heading into our second match. Again, this is not in order of what they've already deemed the pay-per-view to be. This is just in order of how we see it via an unnamed source. Wikipedia. We have The Miz, the A-lister, and Shane, the best in the world, apparently, McMiz versus the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, or Jimmy and Jay. We can never figure out who's who sometimes. For the tag team match of the WWE SmackDown Championship.
Smack of the down.
So we already predicted way back in January after the Rumble they would immediately drop these belts. It's already been almost a month now. WWE, what the hell are you doing?
I've been willing, ironically since day one, I've been willing to give Miz...
Ish?
Yeah. I've been willing to give Shane and The Miz a chance. I'm like, let's just see how this plays out.
Or is there a bigger picture to this as well?
There's always a bigger picture.
Oh, dear God.
But I was willing to give this a chance, and I thought they had a fairly good match at the Royal Rumble, as well as the whole segment of where Shane brings Miz's father. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. I'm guessing they're probably going to walk away somehow with the tag titles, and maybe we'll do something at Mania where they lose it or keep it or whatnot. It's kind of unclear, but I say Shane and Miz walk away with the tag titles with this one.
So you're going with McMiz?
McMizith.
I don't want to see the Usos with the titles again. Sorry.
Is there a reason why?
I just don't. It's kind of like most of the SmackDown teams. Let me clarify, I guess. New Day and the Usos are suffering from Charlotte syndrome for me. I have zero interest in seeing Charlotte hold the women's championship because I've seen it 15 times.
Hot potato type of thing.
So I don't want to see the Usos with the belts. However, I feel like they might walk out because I think we could build toward the Miz and Shane at Mania. And I don't know if there's another stop-off point for them before then. Is Fastlane
I think it's a
cross-brand?
Raw thing.
Because this is cross-brand. Is Fastlane explicitly one show?
It has its own show coming out.
How many Raw matches do we have on? Well, I know Elimination Chamber is both Raw and SmackDown, but I think
we have more Raw matches than we do SmackDown.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like almost everything
3.
is SmackDown.
You have 3 Raw matches officially, 2 SmackDown, and then the women's, which is cross.
Cross, okay.
And of course 205 Live.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Usos just to be different. I don't want them to win, but I'm gonna go with them because I think that they might start to build toward the Miz and Shane here.
All right.
Kamish?
Oh, McMiz. I have no interest in this match, unfortunately. It doesn't draw me in the fact that it's like the bar has been sidelined. They're not even in the event. The New Day, they're trying to become like either Edge and Christian or the Hardys or the Dudleys who have like another like consistent amount of time of holding those tag belts. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't see them going anywhere with this. And honestly, like they've lost their heat for right now. Maybe there's a bigger picture tag match for WrestleMania. Maybe it's like this kickoff show WrestleMania tag match. Who fucking knows? But I'm not as interested in this. Like I said, I go for McMiz just because I feel like right now there's something different. There's something new.
Yeah.
We'll see where they go with it.
Well, if we can touch on the bar for a second, I think you and we discussed this before, where had you spent the last 2 weeks or so after the Rumble splitting up the bar and really pushing Cesaro to that singles run, I think he would have been a valid candidate even at Mania to battle Daniel Bryan for the championship.
Well, the thing is, and to touch on that, you kind of saw it back in December for a brief second with Big Show's involvement in their tag team. But of course, that went nowhere.
Much like a Big Show heel turn, they just couldn't pull the trigger.
31?
Yeah. Even though
there's going to be more turns than there are WrestleManias soon.
No, he's only 4 away from tying.
One per WrestleMania.
Oh, God. Maybe 1 for every other pay-per-view at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd imagine you've had a couple of years where you had to pick up some slack and have like 3 turns.
But moving forward, since we have our picks.
Now it's the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. The new Daniel Bryan versus, I guess, the real AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy, Randall Orton, Samoa Joe,
Wendy,
and Aladdin. I'm sorry, Mustafa Ali. So, this has been a clusterfuck to build to.
This has been a clusterfuck that's been happening nonstop.
You mean there's been a build?
We've seen them for a whole month on SmackDown.
You had the debacle with Jeff this past week, and him and AJ talking shit over the old TNA days. Randy and Samoa Joe doing some stuff. Randy hitting RKO on Mustafa off the 054. Yeah, it was a weird sequence of events.
And Daniel Bryan just giving us a new hemp-styled belt.
I still like it.
I like it.
I want to smoke it.
I suspect Daniel Bryan walks out.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna say we see. This one's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be ballsy. I'm gonna say Joe goes first because I say we bury him again. Samoa Joe, Mustafa, Jeff, AJ, Randy, and then Brian walks out with the win.
So you're saying Randy and Brian are the finalists?
Yes.
Over AJ.
Yeah.
Which is fair because we've been seeing that a lot recently.
Which is why I'm hoping for something a little bit different.
Yeah.
They're getting stale.
There?
Yeah, AJ and Daniel.
Daniel's getting stale?
Those
the
two
the pairing.
Oh.
in matches are getting boring. They were doing great, but it's losing its luster.
We've talked about this. Could AJ be the one denominator that just is falling short time after time?
I don't know. He's a little bit older, and who knows? Maybe his style's just not clashing with the WWE universe.
Your fucking wordplay amazes me. Sometimes.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Didn't you?
No.
Didn't you?
Who wants to give their elimination order next?
Okay, let's see.
And their winner, because we haven't technically had you guys say that yet.
Okay, well,
So I said Daniel Bryan.
I'm saying Daniel Bryan too, just because he's doing a great job with the title. First elimination, I'm going with Samoa Joe. I'm thinking Jeff Hardy eliminates him and then he puts him in the coquina, knocks him out, and then someone pins Jeff. So I'm saying Samoa Joe, Jeff. Randy, ironically, I think they're really pushing Mustafa, so I'll say, and then Mustafa, and you're probably going to get down to AJ and Daniel. Knowing WWE and how they're trying to still push that program between AJ and Daniel, I was actually thinking about this. Do we maybe see Luke Harper come out and join Bryan? I've said it before. I'm smelling like a post-Wyatt family 2.0 type of thing.
We could. He is nearing his return, and I mean, even if he's not getting involved in a wrestling capacity, maybe he's healthy enough to where he could interfere.
Yeah.
Hey. And we just see 2 pay-per-views in a row that build up this little stable.
First of all, you need to understand, Eric Rowan is not a bodyguard. He is an equal to the new Daniel Bryan. What, no one saw the promo? Was it just me?
Yes.
Oh, God damn it.
We're not a bunch of sheep.
Nah.
Get it? Got it? Get it? Got it? Get it?
No.
Commish. Oh.
I see the order going as Joey Samoa chokes out.
Sorry, Joe.
Chokes out Jeffy Weffy. And then Aladdin finds the genie in the lamp, but gets eliminated either way. I'm going to switch it up, though. I think Randy eliminates AJ. And we get some, because Randall is really determined to be a 14-time champion. It's not going to come over. Daniel Bryan's still going to be the champion, but I think pairing them up for a little bit would make it interesting. Maybe Rowan finds his way in to the chamber, or maybe Harper breaks in. But I don't want to see AJ and Daniel anymore. Although Daniel is going to win. That's my pick. I just want to see a different change-up for once.
Yeah.
Just to make it interesting.
So everyone says Daniel Bryan walks out?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Moving forward for the 205 Live WWE Cruiserweight Championship, current champion Buddy Murphy versus the man who has earned his right in a fatal 4-way match to face the champion,
Hideo Tommy,
who is now leaving and giving Akira Tozawa the opportunity for the championship. Akira earned it. He earned it in that fatal 4-way, although Leo Rush kind of looked like he almost could have had it.
It's okay. We'll find out here soon that he has his own match, I guess. Go on.
Yeah, apparently he's been moved up to the Raw roster, even though he still performs on 205 Live.
Double pay.
I just think it's going to be another high flyer match. I think Akira has earned his spot. I did see that Fatal 4-Way. I have seen more of Akira's matches lately. He looks pretty solid. Does he get the belt? If they want to keep him because now they're afraid of a lot of Japanese talent heading over to the competition, maybe he does. So maybe we see a new champion. Or, like WWE is doing, they're going to keep Buddy Murphy with the belt a little bit longer. But I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to say we have a new Cruiserweight champion in Akira Tozawa. But this is going to be a match to open up the show.
Pre-show or...
match. Unfortunately. What? We didn't get it at
All
Royal
day,
Rumble.
every day.
We didn't get to see it at Royal Rumble. We got to see it in the pre-show. The long 2-hour pre-show, which almost puts people to sleep.
Dan?
I'm going to go with Buddy. I think he's going to hold on to it just a little bit longer. Because I don't know that this story is established enough to justify the switch right now. And I mean, honestly, if I were, I don't know where Akira sits with the company, mentally or literally, probably on the left. But if I were in the company and I didn't have a bad relationship or I wasn't jaded, where I felt like I was getting fucked by the system, I might honestly hold on and wait for this mass exodus that might happen and see where I sit after that. Because if you have a bunch of guys leave, suddenly there's a bunch of spots open.
Right.
And you might find yourself with the opportunity to step into one of them. So if Akira's not upset with his direction in the company, if he likes his position, he likes his pay, I'd say even if he loses, hang tight and see where the wind carries you. Buddy. In some way.
I say Buddy Murphy also walks out. I don't have a problem with Akira. I just feel like he hasn't been established well enough recently. I just feel like, okay, you won one match, and to put the title on you immediately is like, okay. I say it's going to be a match that delivers like they all have been, really. They've been the one match on the card where consistently you see it delivering, whether it's pre-show, beginning, in the middle of the show, whatever it is. To go back to your point for a second, yeah, a lot of spots do open up, but then I consider things like 6 NXT superstars coming to the main roster all at once. Honestly, I see they've already dropped the ball with Nikki Cross. She's already losing. EC3. Heavy Machinery is there one night and they're not the next.
But what about Lacey?
She was there, couldn't even do a kip up 30 seconds into the Rumble, and she hasn't been seen since. I wonder why.
I still can't get over the fact that she fucked up the kip up and then still tried to act like a badass. Like, yeah. It's like, no. Why don't you sit back down on the mat where you just got up from?
Yeah. So
no offense, Lacey, but feel the room.
Maybe you have to lace up those boots just a little bit better. Yeah, so yes, a lot of spots do open up, but I don't know. They start cramming really, really bad. So,
But the thing is, spots open up, but around the time after WrestleMania, a shakeup is coming, and contracts are still being negotiated as we speak. Or extensions, or bringing up new talent.
And let me clarify, when I said spots open, I didn't necessarily mean Raw and SmackDown. I meant just positions within the company. So if you have some other let me finish. But I don't know what Akira could bring to the table from the creative standpoint. No offense, I don't know. But
who do you think should win?
But if you have anybody from 205 Live leave, now you've got less people. It's less saturated. He might find himself actually positioned as a staple at the top of the division.
On that roster.
And
Zero
that's
spin.
I don't think that that's necessarily a bad place to be.
Is it? What? I don't know. I'm just want to talk.
I was hoping you would say that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's a good thing.
That's your gimmick. Well, I mean, that's DDP's gimmick.
Yeah, but he won't get out of it. If only we had cameras for this show sometimes.
One day. So did you said Buddy? I said Buddy.
I said
You said
Akira.
toss-up.
Um,
And I'm upset that you didn't let me have the odd numbers because this is someone I'm rooting for. Go ahead, present the next match.
well, I mean, did you want to say the names? That's really the thing.
No, I want to say who I'm cheering for. That's why.
All right. So next up, we've got, for some reason, a singles match. No, I mean, not to suggest that I'm not looking forward to the match, but for some reason we shoehorned this match in. I don't even think there was a reason. I think they just announced it, didn't they?
Yeah. Which match
Or was
is
there?
this?
Or was
Well,
there?
there's
Was
been
there?
build-up.
Well, I mean, or was there a house show match that triggered this, or did they just go fuck it? We'll make these two fight.
Which match is this?
Women's Raw.
The raccoon.
Yeah, you don't even know what's going on. Singles match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Versus Ruby Riott.
That's the sound that those things make when I go to my dentist.
Yeah.
Open your mouth.
Or when you put a spoon in the blender.
Put a spoon in
So
the blender.
Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. We got Double R versus Double R.
It's J-E.
JARRETT.
For the Raw Women's Championship. Match kind of showed up out of nowhere. I don't think there was like officially any build for it. Not to mention,
Did no one not see Raw?
No, they did the thing.
they announced the match before Raw. That's what I'm saying.
No, not last night's Raw. The Raw before.
Did they do? They did show
So,
last week? I apparently skipped that highlight.
So Liv Morgan faced the raccoon
Yeah, probably got her arm dislocated.
in like 30 seconds flat.
And then she's like, "You guys want to boo me? Come on, fight me." And then Sarah Logan gets in there.
But Sarah Logan actually puts on a match longer than 30
I think
seconds.
I saw that happened. I skipped it because it was two separate highlights.
Yeah.
So yeah, then Ruby was like, "Fuck it, I'll go." No, I'm gonna make you wait.
Then they go into the backstage area, conduct a quick interview, and the next thing you know, this match is slapped together.
No, here's the thing. There was a house show where she felt, okay, I get it. I'm a stepping stone for the champion, but I'm not a stepping stone. I deserve to be here. I deserve a chance. And I'm going to show the world that even if they think I'm a stepping stone, that I have the opportunity at this belt. So, ha! To the both of you for not paying attention to the details.
What does this have to do with it?
You can't see
my
him.
details.
Can't see my deets.
And we don't want to see Raw either.
No, you don't want to see her on Raw. No one wants to see her on Raw.
I think the fact that I didn't anticipate it building to anything is why I skipped those clips, because I was like, why are they fighting?
That's not the way to ask the question.
Why are you beating up the Riot Squad?
Did you just grab his sleeve?
Well,
My hands are in my jacket.
Is it
so
that cold in here?
I'm a little chilly.
Okay.
did you really not notice his hand wasn't there?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Anywho, so yeah, I knew we were building toward WrestleMania. I knew whatever match Ronda might end up in ahead of Mania didn't mean anything. So I was giving no attention to it. Unless it involved her and Becky, I didn't care.
Do we
now
want
we've
to
got
talk
this
about
match.
that? Do we want to talk about that for a second?
It has to do with her. The belt does. That's why Becky gets spoken about. Well, then that's your woman. Again, I wish there was cameras.
But
Here's my thing. Look, unfortunately, we got the most prolonged apology ever in WWE history on Monday Night Raw.
you mean
and
the 2-hour long apology?
apparently. And of course, because he thinks he knows what's going on, and I've pleaded and pleaded with the universe, please give this man a 24-hour nap on his jet. We have one Mr. Vincent I'm named my middle name after a President Kennedy McMahon. McMahon. Where do you want me to go with it?
Damn it.
Oh, well, no, I'm pissed at him. He doesn't deserve it right now.
I think it's funny that you expect us to just know where your brain's going. So.
Well, because he always does it off a reflex. So I
yeah,
just thought,
but this time he
Damn it.
doesn't deserve it, damn it. He had to do what I knew he was going to do, and it pisses me off because, again, I don't care about your goddamn bigger picture. Just leave the main event alone.
No.
Leave.
There is no
what we
bigger
all-
picture anymore.
No, because that announcement, he kind of ruined it for me. I kind of literally looked at him. First, I looked at his eye bags like, my God, you
yeah,
need
those
some
things
sleep.
are big.
Yeah, he needs
I
some
want to
fucking
grab a
sleep.
needle and just.
It's kind of like Austin Powers, like,
What, Botox him? Is that what you were getting at?
Yes.
does he need Botox? He's 70-something years old.
If we could be serious for a minute.
In the middle of me still talking, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, continue.
Oh, you're not used to
Well,
this?
I mean, you
I
paused.
am fucking used to it. That's why I want him to continue.
Well, because you paused.
Yeah, but I wasn't fucking finished.
I didn't know. Go ahead.
No.
No. Go ahead. No, I feel bad. No.
my God.
Train of thought derailed. Go. Seriously.
First couple minutes after Raw went off the air, I was frustrated too because I'm like, what did we just witness?
McMahon ruining everything for a
Yeah. But if you really think about it, I think they're trying to swerve you where they want you to think that's where they're going to go. And then at the last minute, just gotcha, you know? Because if you really consider it's like, I kind of looked at it as SummerSlam from a couple years back where Daniel Bryan finally got the championship. Yes, we get what we want. And then Triple H turns on him. Here we go with the authority. Same thing here. Becky apologizes. The match is on. Great. No more road bumps. Nothing. Oh, no. Charlotte's in the match. Now you give Becky an obstacle before Mania. Because what story are you going to tell from now to Fastlane to Mania? I call it, maybe we'll see a Charlotte versus Becky. Winner goes on to face Ronda, and Becky once again pulls it out, and then that's how you build towards it. But do not make it a triple
I
threat.
was going to say I would rather it be that, where it's winner goes to the main event. But I anticipate that there's a pretty good chance that they'll just do the fucking triple threat. And I don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. Do you want to see it?
See what?
The triple threat match?
What's a triple threat?
Would you just ask me what a triple threat is?
Yes, you know why I asked you it? Because I don't want to fucking see it.
Okay. So, we're all in on Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. And, and apparently, I was talking about this last night after I watched the clip, and I said, the thing that annoys me is the fact that for some reason it feels like, and we'll see if this turns out to be true, it feels like WWE, for some reason, doesn't trust Becky, which I think is the narrative they're trying to build, is that WWE doesn't trust Becky to carry the main event like Charlotte can.
Charlotte didn't even main event WrestleMania last year.
Exactly. So I don't want Charlotte. I didn't want Charlotte in this match in the first place. She doesn't need to be there. Becky is bigger than Charlotte. Becky's bigger than Ronda. I don't know if that's 100% true.
No, it's true in my eyes.
In in the world of wrestling, 100%. Absolutely. Becky is a bigger deal than Ronda is.
She's on fire right now. Everyone's talking about her. Everyone.
Well, she's been taking her diet pills.
Here's my thing. You guys know I'm a fan of Charlotte. Have I grown to like her taking roided rage, black lipstick wearing, I look like a fucking idiot antics of the last few weeks? No, I'm not.
She's your head cheerleader going through a goth phase.
She's Triple H right now. She's trying to bury everybody because she thinks she should be the champion.
I'm Charlotte Flair.
I deserve to be a champion.
I'm gonna beat up Ronda Rousey.
And then I'm gonna be the greatest undisputed women's champion.
Woo!
Which I'm pretty sure everyone in Evolution, including Triple H and Flair, would just look at her like, no.
You can go.
But my thing is about this, it's like, you're trying to interject yourself into a match that you think you belong because of your last name, because of who you are. And it's like, you've had 7 different championships already. Let someone else have it for fuck's sake.
I just thought of something. They're having a Ric Flair birthday celebration next week on Raw. And I'm smelling...
That shit gonna get busted up by a milk truck.
I'm smelling Becky's gonna do
Milkamania
something.
2.0?
What if she wheels in with an Irish whiskey truck?
Ooh.
Or orange hair dye.
Just orange Nickelodeon slime.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? If you want to put Charlotte in the fucking main event of WrestleMania, let's just fuck everything up. Have Ruby go over Ronda. Have Ronda use earn a rematch to shove her ass into this fucking match. Make it a fatal four-way match. I think one of the reasons I'm not high on this match is because of the fact that it's a waste of Ruby. It's a waste of Ruby's shot.
It just kills me because it's like the person I've been wanting for so long to get a push
Gets a
in the
shot
women's
at the
division.
most inopportune moment.
Exactly. Right person, right place, wrong time.
Yeah.
And it kills me.
Funny how that works with people whose names are double R.
Which, by the way, we hope he's
Get
doing
well
fine.
soon, Roman.
We miss you, Joe. A little bit.
I'm still gonna put that Ruby wins, even though we all know where it's going. Dan, your pick.
Ronda.
Sean, the sound of a blender destroying a spoon. Moving on,
By the way, she was more tolerable last night on Raw. Just saying.
because she didn't speak as much,
And
you
even
didn't
when
see
she did, she didn't sound like, I'm gonna... Bitch.
All right, so we're all in agreement for Blender Spoon. Got it. So you get the next one.
So moving on to a handicap WWE Intercontinental Championship match between current champion the Almighty Bobby Lashley and Leo Lashley.
Did he call himself a little Ashley and I missed this? Because that'd be
I
hilarious.
No, that would
call
be
him
funny, actually.
Leo Rush versus Finn Balor.
This makes sense.
Why does it make sense to you?
No, I'm being facetious. The fact that we're having... I mean, it makes sense to build heel heat. But the fact that you've got the champion and his buddy fighting Finn Balor for the title. Is this a thing where if Leo Rush picks up the pinfall, he wins the championship?
That's what I was wondering.
Because I think that'd be a fun little twist to throw in for a couple of weeks.
Are we pulling a Rico?
Yeah.
Somehow?
But it seems like an excuse to put the belt on Finn. To have Leo in the match.
Because it can't beat Bobby for it. Even though he has pinned Bobby already a couple times.
Well, it makes it's so you can put the belt on Finn and then have Bobby have an argument for why he still deserves a title match.
Or do
I
we
didn't get pinned.
Or do we see them finally splitting these two up so we don't have to hear a cheerleader anymore? Because it seems like the cheerleader has been advocating for his client that he is bigger, better, stronger, faster. This is not a Daft Punk song, by the way. Than
have
Brock
I heard
Lesnar.
that? Oh.
Because we've been hearing that a lot. And even Bobby Lashley finally said it, that he is bigger, better, and has beaten Brock Lesnar. Are we splitting these two up so Bobby can pursue the Universal Championship? And, side credit, here, Finn, you get a prestigious title even though we're just handing it to you.
And it gives Finn Balor the IC title to carry into the inaugural ladder match at WrestleMania. Because we seem to always have IC title ladder matches.
It's like every other year. I think this is the year we have it again.
I'm gonna say that Lashley actually retains by shenanigans, and then Finn wins it at Mania.
Are you pushing Finn that far in?
Yeah, if you don't want the guy to leave the company.
Give the man his Mania moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Bobby actually wins, but I was just saying it having Leo in there gives them a reason or gives them an out to put the belt on Finn.
Yeah.
but I think it's better to give Finn the WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Finn wins it, and I think he still carries that belt into Mania to have an even bigger moment at Mania. I would just give him the match or the belt now.
You could have
Thank
Braun
God
go
he-
against Finn for the IC title at Mania, and Finn beats Braun and finally gets his David versus Goliath moment. What?
Oh, I was gonna say you can announce the final match.
And the final match, speaking of Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin.
And that does it for this episode. Thank you so much.
Basically, is there a
No, this was
stipulation, or is
this was
just
literally just announced
just a
yesterday,
bullshit grudge
like
match?
in a 1-minute YouTube video with Charlie Cruz. So we got 2 matches announced for Elimination Chamber.
fuck this match?
Yeah,
No particular reason except nobody cares.
yeah.
I don't have any ill will against Braun. Baron. I feel like I'm the only one talking about this match because that's how
For good
uninterested
reason.
we are.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin. I was never a huge fan of you. In general, you started to grow on me just a skosh, but I still don't like you. You don't interest me. I don't find you to be that entertaining. I don't like your voice. You shaved your hair off. That was a good call. But this match just means nothing at this point because we've exhausted this plot. This plot with Baron and Braun and the grudge and the anger and the there's no incentive to this anymore. Baron has no power over Braun. Braun doesn't earn anything from beating Baron Corbin this time because if he did, we'd be repeating a stipulation from before. Beat Baron Corbin, get your title match. You flipped a limousine. You lost your title match. You dumb bitch. So, no offense to what's his name? Adam Shearer. Is that right? Is that his last name?
Sure.
Sure. But I am absolutely not all in on this match. I don't care. I'll say Braun's gonna win, especially if this isn't gonna be the main event. But I don't know why it's the last. They end the show on that just to give people extra drive time.
30-second match. Good night, everyone.
Braun's gonna win.
There's a shovel, and it's being used on Braun, and it's getting really annoying to me because it's like you're putting him in matches that he just buries his competition, but he gets buried in that same process because it's like, oh, we don't want you to have the Universal Championship. We don't trust you with it. Yeah, you can destroy Kevin Owens, sideline him for the rest of the year. Yeah, you can destroy a limousine, get fined $100,000, even though that's really just fucking kayfabe and stupid. Sure, yeah, but it's like, do we want you to have this belt? No. Do we like Brock Lesnar more? Yeah.
What happened to new faces, new opportunities, new match types?
It's Vince McMahon sucking on Brock Lesnar's dick more. And needing some sleep.
Second on Dick Lesnar.
Yep.
Cock Lesnar.
Do we see Drew with McIntyre involved in this match? Because it seems like Drew and Baron have been good friends for a while.
I was gonna say I'm smelling Braun and Drew at Mania, because that has kind of been in there every time there's an interaction between these two.
My problem with this is just that it's like Drew isn't getting the opportunity he deserves either.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent that deserves to get a push, but right now it's like some of them that deserve it are getting it, others that deserve it are not getting it. So it's kind of like...
Now, because of the fact that we tend to have the multi-man match be the IC title, I suspect we could see Braun and Finn and Bobby and Baron and Drew.
6-man
And what show are we on?
Elimination Chamber.
No, I meant like what show are all these guys on? Raw?
Raw.
Yeah.
Dean, because he's not going to have anything to necessarily do.
I see where you're going.
And throw them all into your multi-man IC title match. And then shit, you could even have Drew walk out with the title, and then you have Drew versus Finn as a program. But I don't know. I don't know where this is going.
Drew, you don't know what we're doing with him, even though he deserves a push.
Well,
Braun, you've had your opportunity.
I would rather see Drew not win the IC title at Mania, and I'd like to see him go into a world title feud with Seth. That's more interesting to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dig it.
Slim Jim.
Cream of the crop. Rise to the top.
I thought
Dig
you
it.
Oh, okay, there it is. Again, I picked Braun for this. It's going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah,
You think so?
You really want to see this in
I
the
don't
actual
want to see it on the
pay-per-view?
main card. That surprises me.
I will.
Ends the pre-show.
I will guarantee you this will not be on the pre-show. They'll put the cruiserweight match on the pre-show, but they ain't putting this on the pre-show.
We might. I would say you're more likely to see the IC title match on the pre-show.
Here's a belt I haven't seen since Royal Rumble, though. The SmackDown Women's Championship.
That's true. Why the fuck is that not happening? Why is Asuka not defending?
Why is
Makes more
Asuka-
sense for Asuka to be defending than it makes sense for Ronda.
Was it so hard to put Charlotte and Asuka together for a second time at Mania?
No, it wasn't. I would love to see that rematch.
I don't
I'd
get.
love to see Asuka go over and not give little Flair McFlairs and Flairatine. Flairathon.
Flareon?
Flareon. Flair. McFlair. Flarenstein.
Flair dry cleaners.
Get another opportunity at the Raw Championship. I just want to get a rematch with this for the SmackDown Championship.
And lose.
To the Empress of Mañana.
Damn. Side note on that, have you guys do either of you follow Asuka on Instagram?
Yeah.
I don't know if she runs her own page or not. But whenever somebody comments calling her queen, she corrects them to Empress, and it's hilarious. And that's just a fun fact. So if you go and you look at any of her posts and people are like, queen, she's like, Empress. And then just, that's it. And I'm sure at this point it's a lot of it's people baiting. Because they're like, I want to get a response from the Asuka page.
Clickbait.
You guys are dumb.
You are stupid.
So, are those our final sentiments?
I
That's
think-
how sad
I
it
think
is that we
so.
end this podcast on that match.
Yeah.
Good lord.
We deflated Jesus. We deflated Jesus.
Can Jesus be deflated though?
And with that, thank you so much for joining us. We previewed the Elimination Chamber. I guess we'll have to see what happens this Sunday, only on the WWE Network, where you can get it for a non-negotiable but very reasonable price of only $9.99. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you all next time.